Mein Traum von der Zukunft?
Min dröm är att starta ett företag som kommer att jobba med rättvis handel.
Eine Erde, wo die Umwelt nicht mehr zerstört wird und wo die Menschen in Frieden zusammenleben.
É pouco complicado pensar. Nimepanga kuwa mwanasheria, dokta, kwa sababu ninapenda kuhudumia watoto na wazazi. Ndio maana ninapenda.
Mon rêve pour le futur est qu'il n'y ait plus de guerre.
Wow, finish with grad school in a year's time.
Tocar, jugar, graduarme de antropólogo y seguir tocando música.
Sogno un lavoro, possibilmente retribuito, non volontario.
Uno es que los niños y las niñas del mundo puedan tener todos acceso a la educación.
I cannot say in my language.
My dream is I want to see all people who are oppressed are expressed.
Só o mundo inteirinho se enche de graça, a coisa mais linda que eu já vi passar. Oh, como eu sou tão sozinha, é assim, a garota do meu carinho.
Free in every sense of the term.
Mein Traum ist, dass wir eine Welt haben ohne Hunger.
My dream is that we end torture in the 21st century.
Mijn droom is dat deze vergadering en deze bijeenkomst in Davos echt iets betekent voor alle mensen om de wereld heen.
A world with health and happiness.
One immediate dream is to be back home with my kids instead of neglecting them by being here and worrying about big problems.
Meu sonho é que a globalização não acabe com o mundo.
To be a writer?
That everybody in this world would be fed and there'd be no wars and everybody would live happy without having all these religious wars.
Solutions to the challenges that we face in the world today, so everybody can live in harmony and all get along.
I'd also love to see some of the discussions that come out of here actually, make a little more of a difference on the ground in the developing world in particular. I think we have a lot of tendency to think big thoughts, and what we need to do is translate them down to reality.
I do have a dream. That is that I can hopefully improve my life enough so that I can improve the lives of others.
I hope our dialogue improves a lot more than it is today, because I think we've hit pretty much a worldwide low when it comes to communication today.
We work in Amazon.
Mas agora,
I know there's a lot of power here and capability to do some change. Is there any will?
If business does not take on corporate social responsibility, it is to its own detriment. We are very committed.
No big companies, major companies can deal without thinking about social issues, about environment issues, about education.
If the people at the World Economic Forum are not working with those from the NGOs and other groups at the Social Economic Forum, the World Social Forum, then our world's not cooperating as much as it should be.
The World Social Forum, how can that make it a difference? I mean, isn't it just people talking?
Sometimes it is, yes, and sometimes it's not.
What I must say is I've also seen people here that they really have hope inside and they have a fighting spirit, and it must start somewhere. So there's only the 7th World Social Forum. I think it's still building momentum, and hopefully in the future we'll build a lot of more momentum and more people from around the world will attend this forum.
I do agree that this space is mainly for talking, but what people have to understand, it's about
especially like ActionAid and the work we do, is bringing our partners from very poor communities to this opportunity to come here and to speak to other poor people and realize that, you know, interact and realize that their stories relate to somebody else in Brazil or somewhere else in India. And that's the power of the forum.
Do you see the World Economic Forum and the World Social Forum as enemies?
I think it goes like counterparts for the time being. It confronting each other. But solution cannot be done in one way.
Aber ich denke auch, das ist ein Prozess, wo sich vielleicht beide Welten finden können. Es sind auch Kräfte und Gegenkräfte, die zum Teil gegeneinander arbeiten.
I would say to be anti-capitalist is actually to take a very extreme stand. But I know there's good in some of the elements of capitalism.
You can make a lot of profit and do good. You don't have to destroy to make profit.
So you would not say that you are anti-capitalist?
Capitalism is here. So you have to make capitalism less destructive.
Porque na verdade a gente vive num mundo só. E se a gente conseguir aproximar o social do capital e o capital do social.
My world is not a world without conflict, but it is a world where people are able to deal with their differences effectively, constructively, respecting human life.
Both forums are important. At the World Social Forum, you get the voices of the people heard. And I think it's a very, very important forum. But I think the World Economic Forum is also important. Here is where the decision makers are sitting. There are where people power lies. Where I think the real tragedy lies is that the World Social Forum and the World Economic Forum have never been able to work out a proper bridge.
So what you're saying, we can have the cake and eat it?
What I'm saying is that you may have a slightly smaller cake for yourself by sharing it with someone else, but you will have cake. Otherwise, you may be going down a path where there'll be no cake left for anyone.
One world, two places.